So what is the theory of food studies?
Food is a fantastic lens in order to understand the world.
It intersects with every facet of everyday life.
The issues within the environment tied to food.
Land rights and land tenure issues.
Farm labor movements, back to the land, and veganism movements, human rights type movements.
Food insecurity and how to alleviate hunger in my own community.
We really are speaking on things that are very relevant, especially today in our political climate, and I think that's what's so important.
So one of the reasons food studies is becoming so popular is because people want to know where their food is coming from. They want to learn about the farmers, they want to learn about the system, and that's part of the department here is looking at it in a holistic context.
At Syracuse University, we take a particular approach, which is we look at the political economy of food.
And that means that we're sort of using, sort of scientific approaches to understanding people's relationships to food.
The Food Studies program works with a diverse array of people and publics, including farm workers, farmers, for-profit businesses interested in food service, policymakers, and organizations trying to influence policy, including working with veterans and issues around veteran affairs.
They can really tailor their food studies major to something they're specifically interested in.
It involves so many different disciplines, and they all work together in a way that enables you to get a fuller picture of what the food systems looks like.
There's ways that they can take advantage of those specificities and build their own experience.
And we did that on purpose because we want students to develop more skills to help them be successful, whatever they decide to do.
Students here have the opportunity to go to one of our many centers around the world and participate in study abroad opportunities. So we have a new program at Syracuse University Florence. The campus at Florence actually has a small kitchen garden so students can actually grow food, complete internships, take field trips, and broaden their horizons and see the ways in which food cultures vary from place to place.
There's a real opportunity for people studying food as a system to find application for those ideas.
I was lucky enough to be hired as a graduate research assistant for Professor Welsh, and our research focuses on small and mid-sized farms and their connection to intermediate markets and how to get food from the farm to the consumer.
This summer I'll be working on an internship where I am helping advocate for urban agriculture and access to land. I had no plans on focusing on land rights or land issues, but that's where my education here has really driven me and piqued my interest.
Brain Feeders is a student club on campus, and basically we're like a food, sustainability, and activist club. And it was created just because we sort of realized that there was a gap between the food system on campus and just students having a voice in the food system.
FST 304 is a class called Farmtofork that allows students to think about efforts to build community-based food systems in the United States, participate firsthand, and then critically assess those sorts of food systems. We are visiting those farms so students learn firsthand from the farmer the real exciting opportunities they have to be producing a really high-quality product that can help build a more viable food economy in central New York.
We also have working kitchens and 3 professional chefs, so part of our approach is to look at sustainable food enterprise.
Just like you'd have in chemistry or biology or earth science, whereby students are learning and doing.
You kind of see the food transform into this meal, and you can kind of liken that to how food kind of goes from the ground to the grocery store, or to the processing facility, to the distributor.
And this is probably one of the most important things, if not the most important thing they do. Theory, practice. Theory, practice.
I teach a very critical approach to food systems, so critical meaning that I want students to really form their own take on the food system. In that process, I give them kind of skills and ways to read critically, to think critically, to watch critically, and through different types of theories, think about how to apply different ways of thinking about the world and social systems to the food system in particular.
We have such good food justice, food sovereignty work going on in the US, but we don't think about human right to food and nutrition.
I try to provide a safe space for students to explore these issues on their own, and I try to facilitate that exploration.
They go beyond just food and really push us to think critically and think broadly and not in just this little inward scope of things.
And one of the reasons I really love my food studies program is because of the diverse selection of students that are involved with it. They have different interests, and it really makes the course discussion very lively.
One of the greatest things about food studies is that there is so much fluidity in what you can study, so there's just so many options that you're able to pave your own path.